Good morning, guys. We are doing lemon poppy seed whole wheat einkorn this morning. This is some leftover flour that I've already ground, and now I'm going to grind another cup, and that should get us all we need. Still using my coffee grinder, waiting for my mock mill to come in March. So the countdown is happening. So I'm looking at 180 grams of flour for this, or 1.5 cups, I believe. Let me double check. Yes. 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda, a fourth of a teaspoon of salt, and then a full lemon of the rind, And then you're going to do a tablespoon of poppy seeds. Mix that together and put aside. And then we're going to work on our wet ingredients. This is half a cup of sour cream, 1/3 cup of maple syrup or honey, 1/4 cup of butter. I just stick that in the microwave and for 30 minutes, and that always seems to be just the perfect amount in my microwave. And then I let it sit for a couple minutes before I add it to my recipe. Two tablespoons of lemon juice. This is the same lemon that I took the rind off of. Now I have one of those squeeze things, but I always forget that I have one. So I just run it over my hands, and then I can collect the seeds, and they don't end up in my bowl. And I kept a couple of those seeds, of course, as a homesteader. We always like to try to grow things from seeds that we collect. After this, I washed my hands really quick. This is vanilla, and a whole teaspoon of vanilla in this recipe. Mix it together well, and then add it to your dry ingredients. And of course, as always, I will leave the recipe below and a link to the book of where I got this recipe from. These are all proven recipes, they say in the book. And this one turned out a little flat, but still tasty. Now, 2 eggs in, well, of course, because we have our own chickens, we do those 2 eggs in a separate container and then mix them before we put them in our bowl. You always want to use room temperature eggs when you are baking. Just makes a better product. Mix that all together thoroughly, but not too aggressively. This is einkorn. Grease your pan generously. I'm using just butter on paper towel. Scoop that into your pan. Bake that for 40 to 45 minutes. My oven took 40 minutes.
Yummy, yummy.
Lemon poppy seed loaf. So the nuttiness of the einkorn hits you first, and then after that, you get that taste of the lemon and the poppy seed. So at first, you kind of get hit with that einkorn taste, which is a lovely taste. It's really nutty. And so give it a try, guys. This is our second lesson in the series of baking with einkorn, and that's what it looks like inside. Just a normal einkorn loaf. You don't get a lot of rise on it like you're gonna get, but it did rise enough to crack on the top, and it's delicious, so give it a try. God bless. We'll see you guys next time here on Hedgehog Homestead. Bye.